Well, both teams are in form. France and Ireland beat New Zealand in the autumn internationals. Ireland looking to take their winning run in internationals into double figures. Jamison Gibson Park at 9. Former New Zealand Maori. In fact, both halfbacks were born in Auckland in New Zealand. One for our Sky New Zealand viewers to keep an eye on our world feed. As Intermac goes quickly, Moefana immediately shows good feet. Here's the hat-trick man from last week, Gabin Villiers. Antoine Dupont gets it away quickly to Damien Penaud. An unbelievable 17 touches on the ball for Penaud a week ago. Cameron Walkie, born in this local district of Saint-Denis, a tough upbringing for him, a real talent from the Bordeaux club. And now the human asteroid that is Winnie Antonio goes. Great start from France, and it's Intermac inside to his little mate on the shoulder at Toulouse. 1-2. Dupont gets the try. It is a sizzling, sensational opening by France.
Well, it's exactly the opposite of what Ireland wanted to happen. They gave France space and time. From the quick line-out, Moefana only mentioned it moments before. Brilliant ball to Villiers, the danger man. And look at, you mentioned a human asteroid. There is nothing like that from a defensive perspective when you're trying to stop that coming at you. Uni Antonio. And then it's just about the class of Intermac and Dupont. We see it time and time again, the way they work together. It's a bit of a speculative ball inside from Intermac, but when you know the little maestro's constantly running up and down that central channel, he's some player, and a brilliant start for the home side. This place is absolutely rocking.
A lovely little half dummy from Intermac there before he scooped that offload away to Intermac. And as you say, runs those channels. He's always on the shoulder. He's already executed 12 assists in the Six Nations, but he scores tries too.
Yeah, people say, well, he's really lucky to get on the end of some of these moves. We know he knows exactly where the ball's going to go.
Melvin Jaminet, if he lands this one, he passes 100 points for France. Was superb against New Zealand, 8 from 8 in that game. Under a fair bit of pressure, and there's no more pressure than a Six Nations match of this magnitude. And it's a 7-0 lead, and a catapult of a start for the home team. And you just know they'll thrive emotionally on this.
Well, that's one thing that the Irish have to do here is stem that momentum. Feel like they've got the whole stadium on their back right now. They have to try and weather this storm. You let the French and the fans get on your back, it becomes very, very difficult.
Joey Carberry with the restart is at very little rugby. He had elbow surgery on the 12th of December, injured his elbow against Wasps in the Champions Cup, and he's only played 18 minutes of rugby since then. That was last week against Wales, and now coming in to start this one against France. What a game for Joey Carberry it is today. Bondiaki, oh, he's seen the gap, and it's support on his shoulder from Josh van der Fleer in that red Wesley College head guard of his, and it's Andrew Porter who carries. Ireland's ruck ball was mainly around 3 seconds last week. Very quick indeed. It's that kind of ball they need again today. Jamison Gibson Park. It's Caelan Doris, excellent ball carrier. Player of the match against New Zealand in that victory at the Aviva Stadium in the autumn series. Jamison Gibson Park again. And it's, oh, Tagburn, wasn't he hammered back there? Carberry. It's going to get wrapped up. As you know, he uses that footwork really well to get away from a couple of tacklers. Cameron Walkie comes in with a tackle. Tagburn doing some hard work in there. The muscle players off the ball. Mistake, and Villiers. Well, we know how fast he is. And they're on the chase after this one. Ireland are favourites to get back there through Gibson Park, who did well. Jaminet was on him like a flash.
Inside.
Jaminet did brilliantly as well. The perfect balance between just allowing himself to put pressure on Gibson Park, but also not give away that penalty. Would have been a daft penalty to give away as well, having turned the ball over and gone 80 metres. Now they've won themselves a penalty of their own.
Well, it was James Ryan who carried the ball in, and well, Gabin Villiers, I met Sean Edwards in the lift last week before the Italian game, and he said that Villiers is one of the most enthusiastic and courageous defenders that he's ever worked with.
Well, when you're about 4 foot tall, playing a game of giants, you can't be anything but enthusiastic, can you?
Certainly helps.
It's a poor turnover though from Ireland. They had to try and build some pressure, build through those phases. Managed to earn themselves a penalty there. Would have been a good turnaround from conceding that early try. Found some holes though, didn't they? Bundiaki does so well straightening, made a huge number of carries last week.
That's a brilliant turnover by Villiers. The way he pulled the Irish ball carrier onto his shins and then got his hands on the ball. Last week, France beat Italy 37-10. Italy made it tough for them for long periods. The French pulling away eventually, scoring 5 tries. Ireland 29, Wales 7. Ireland left quite a few points on the pitch in Dublin, but still scored 5 tries themselves. Jaminet of Perpignan keeping the likes of Anthony Boutier and Brice Dulin out of the French team, and that's part of the reason why his goal kicking is generally immaculate.
Well, he's only 77 kilos. He's tiny. When we were pitch side and he walked past us, you and I both fancied our chances, but when you've got someone like that who's so clinical with his boot, only 22.
I must say, I did love the French Gucci suits and the white pumps. They look pretty cool to me on the pitch.
Yeah, only they can pull it off. I know Cameron Wacky went with his own sneakers. Do you call them sneakers? Maybe the kids nowadays don't.
He moves like
Oh! Mac Hansen! Mac Hansen! High alive was Mac Hansen on his second cap for Ireland. Oh my goodness, have you ever seen anything like that from a kickoff? He has really announced his arrival on the international scene. Player of the match last week at the Aviva Stadium, and pouncing on that one. Watch this from Mac Hansen. He doesn't take his eyes off the ball at all. Utter confusion between Jaminet and Penaud. Brilliant retake off the kickoff, and these Irish fans, who are numerous by the way, are in absolute raptures.
Yeah, there's a big Irish attendance here today. I think the last time I saw something like that was John Leslie in a Scottish international. He scored after 9 seconds from the kickoff. Johnny Sexton looks on, out through a hamstring injury, picked up in training on Wednesday. So this man in his place. And Ireland catching the French absolutely ice cold, but it was all about the alert work of Mac Hansen, and Joey Carberry, who can be a truly deadly goal kicker, closes that gap.